In Aphrodite's chamber, the two discuss business, talking about how Kratos could move the bridge outside so that he can continue. And Aphrodite, as helpful as ever, gives Kratos all the information he needs. The God of War then continues his travels. Traveling, that boy was in there like swimwear.
And no share.
Oh, yeah.
What you share?
There is powerful niggardry at work here.
Take it through the blick wall. Nah. Ain't no way we about to act like Kratos is a dad now. Ain't no way we about to just put his past behind him. Do y'all even remember what this man did? Nah, fuck what he did. Do you remember how he did it? This man Kratos is an absolute demon. He is on a different type of timing. From beating niggas to death with his bare hands to beating with his Spartan spear.
Such power.
Let's talk about where it all began. Now this is first and definitely foremost the most savage thing I have ever seen a nigga do in my life. Poseidon is one of the strongest gods in the pantheon. He controls all the seas, like all the water. And the world is like 70% water, so he gotta be like 70% stronger than all the other gods, right? Nigga, what the fuck? But that didn't mean jack shit to Kratos. First of all, he tried to turn into this scorpion, horse, water serpent so he could fight him and all the other titans at the same time, right? But Kratos pulled up on his ass and told him, nah, nigga, you better come correct, you coming at me. So he directs all his water-style animal jutsu at Kratos and Gaia in hopes that he could single the biggest threat out, right? Psych! Kratos is built different. He bodied the fuck out of his little water dragon, then jumped straight down the middle to rip him clean out the center. Now, most people in this situation would just take out the giant sword of Olympus. Others would just probably, I don't know, give him a little go to a reliable neck snap, drop his ass into the water, you feel me? This nigga Kratos beat the everlasting fuck out of this man. They gave us the damn POV of him bodying Poseidon. And word to me, I thought he was getting jumped. This nigga curb stomped him, slammed his shit into the wall, headbutted him. Like, yo, bro, look at his face. This man is sadistic. He needs help. Somebody please get this nigga one of them little squeeze toys or something. It's not like he just slammed him into the wall over and over. Like, he was getting creative. One time he knees him, another time he headbutted him. Like, he wasn't even blinded by rage. This nigga just wanted him to feel pain, bro. He's evil. He wasn't even done. After all of that, he threw him at the wall like a used condom. And then Poseidon reasonably tried to get the fuck out of there. But Kratos stalked over to this nigga, yanked his ass back like he was the first person to die in a horror movie, and poked out his eyes. He gouged out his eyes while he was still alive and awake, bro. Poseidon even had enough time to realize that Kratos was about to poke his shit out. Like, why did you even do this? Only an absolute savage like Kratos would do some unnecessary shit like that just to make sure you die painfully. Shit was probably like fingering a jelly donut, bro. He seemed like a good dad and a nice person now, but this is the type of shit he was doing before he had a son. Even when you playing the game normally, fuck a cutscene, this man is absolutely brutal. Like, he be putting dogs like he's at the 40-yard line, ripping horse guts out their bodies, tearing Gorgons' heads off and using them. Oh, we gonna get back to that one. From here on, Kratos continued his adventures through the Pantheon, burning old men to death painfully, bodying statues with their own weapon, you know, savage shit. This led them through the underworld. This universe is hell, by the way. A place he has already escaped and come back from the dead from multiple times by now. But this time was a little different. After passing by reception, he decided to take a more scenic route, instead swimming out through the river Styx. Unfortunately for Kratos, that route leads straight to the king of the underworld's crib. Now, this is usually the part where I talk about the excruciatingly difficult battle Kratos had to endure to defeat such a dangerous foe. But, this nigga Kratos gave Hades straight hands. He pulled up to his crib, beat his ass, ripped off parts of his body, only to then dribble this nigga like a basketball. He took his weapons and threw him into the river Styx. He then proceeded to beat his ass again and then stole his soul with his own weapon. Let me just say this again. He stole the soul of the nigga who steals souls. How do you beat the devil in being evil, my nigga? He didn't even stop there. One teleporter later, this man is cutting off Titan hands, slashing through armies, shooting down the god of the sun. Bro, what? It took this nigga 10 minutes after the fight with Hades to already turn off the sun. Helios did have some random ass group of Ambu ninjas to defend him, but the niggas lasted about as long as they do in the show. So of course, Kratos agreed to disagree with Helios and gave him the old neck snap so that he could further hurt Zeus without causing any serious emotional. Psych, nigga! Kratos beat the brakes off that nigga. Damn near broke his back. Then he grabbed him by that spot in your chin and ripped that nigga head clean off his socket. No knives, no blades, none of that. He literally grabbed his noggin and pulled that shit to a pop like a damn cartoon. I can't even show you anything relatively in this category. Not only does he tear this nigga head off like it was a piece of Velcro, but then he puts him on the back of his hip like he was Mimir, bro. He proceeds to use the sun like a flashlight. So nobody else can have sunlight now? Kratos continues his journey through the Pantheon, snapping giant minotaur necks, assaulting gorgons, you know, savage shit. That was until he came face to face with Hermes, the god of like speed? I don't know. This is usually the part where I tell you the two had a gentlemanly disagreement and threw a white glove on the ground signaling a disagreement. But no, Kratos only had one thing to say.
To catch a fly from the ass of Zeus is not worth my time, Hermes.
Boom. Roasted.
This comment sent Hermes into a frenzy. He challenged the god of timing to a duel at 4:45 in the parking lot to avenge his honor. But unfortunately, he had set it up on a Friday, so Kratos had not planned on attending. Now personally, I was already tired of this old ugly ass flashlight wearing my hug looking ass nigga myself, since I spent 20 minutes running in circles only to realize he has to watch you read the painting on the wall so that you can progress. So unlike all this other senseless violence, I was more ready than SpongeBob. Fuck all that peacemaking. I was fully prepared to let that stick talk and make that nigga do the blick walk. We chased his annoying ass down, dropping innocent people faster than Krollo in his fight against Hisoka, until eventually his dumb ass got stuck on a statue and we hit him with a giant boulder. But in truth, seeing him all bruised and battered up, I lost a lot of my reason to bring harm to him. He was already defeated, and the Goku in me was already content with my victory. Let's all have a moment of silence for that nigga's kicks.
In the arms of the angel.
Alright, not that long. Kratos will have his revenge, and said revenge continued to take him further up through the Pantheon, where another challenger decided to make his appearance. Hercules. Hercules wanted to kill Kratos because of some middle school level feelings of jealousy.
Think about it, brother. While I was stuck cleaning the Augean stables, he chose you to destroy Ares.
Are you serious right now, bro?
Instead of just being mad at the guy who made his life boring and Kratos' fun, he instead decides to try and beat the guy with tons more experience and overall feats of strength than he has ever shown. As expected, Kratos beats the everlasting shit out of him. He runs his ass into a wall, knees him in the jaw, takes his gloves, and rocks his shit again. Hercules then gets the bright idea to try and lift the platform to push Kratos off. I guess. I'm not sure how that would have killed a nigga we've literally seen kill death. So I'm not sure what the point was, but either way, it doesn't work. So Kratos absolutely massacres this man, pummeling his head so bad, it looked like a bloody apple that somebody took a bite from. Or like the letter C, but bloody. With a new op in his blunt and some brand new brass knuckles, things were starting to look up for Kratos. Sometimes being on demon timing can put you on the right path. Unfortunately for this random, bountiful, bosomed girl, the right path for Kratos would be the last path that she walked. He saved her from like 9 forms of danger, only to use her like a damn door stopper. This nigga put her under the giant lever to hold it so he could get under the door. Like, yo, Shorty's bones literally fell into the lever and permanently stopped it. I guess her destiny was greater than we ever thought it could be, huh? But I guess the devs were bricked up after designing that scene, because my boy Kratos pulls up to the gotta love herself. In Aphrodite's chamber, the two discuss business, talking about how Kratos could move the bridge outside so that he can continue. And Aphrodite, as helpful as ever, gives Kratos all the information he needs. The God of War then continues his travels. Traveling, that boy was in there like swimwear. He did get the info, to be fair though. But not before popping more pussy than a serial killer at a pet store. And this savage, this absolute demon, he walks into that portal wearing a 4PF chain and whipping Aphrodite's Nissan Altima. The first thing that the Hephaestus says, right? He sees the portal, he's like, oh my God, Aphrodite, is that you? You know what this absolute Chad says? You know what this fucking goat says? Nah, nigga, it's me. Look, people, I'ma keep it a buck with you. I'm pretty sure from this moment right here, Hephaestus is already planning out how he's gonna kill him. As big as this nigga nose is, you knew he could smell the on this nigga Kratos immediately. So Hephaestus sends Kratos out on a Skyrim fetch quest to get some random rock inside the belly of his grandfather. This leads him to like the easiest Titan kill of his life. After Kratos rips his fingernail off, which gotta be considered torture in like all 50 states, Kronos gets the bright idea to swallow Kratos, which of course leads him to the same fate of the Titan that swallowed Eren, except much more painful, since Kratos was tap dancing on this man's forehead before he killed him. Kratos then heads back to the master blacksmith, who takes about 3 seconds to create a brand new weapon for Kratos. But then, as nobody could have suspected, I'm pretty sure from this moment right here, Hephaestus is already planning out how he's gonna kill him. Hephaestus turns on Kratos. But like a dumbass, Hephaestus gave him the only weapon Kratos could use to kill him, literally seconds before that. So Kratos bodies him and then heads back to the portal so he could slay both pussies back to back. His journey through the labyrinth was surprisingly simple. The only thing he did here was like toss the god of the gardens, I don't know what Hera is, by her face and then snapped her neck like one of them pop to light party lights. Then he climbed through the labyrinth, crushed this random old man, and found Pandora. Basically a slightly annoying version of Elizabeth from BioShock. At least she had that speech about hope though.
Hope is what makes us strong.
From here, however, you can finally see the truth. You can finally see why Kratos is the way that he is. You know what I mean? We can finally see why Kratos is on demon timing. Because he is trying to take down the coldest nigga on the entire planet. We finally come face to face with that man Zeus, and it is literally on sight. He doesn't even skip a beat. After calling Pandora an object multiple times, he proceeds to clown Kratos about killing his family over and over, something that I'm pretty sure Zeus told him to do. Every word out of this man's mouth was direct shade from Zeus. Fuck all that backwards fake love shit. Zeus don't even care. This man grabbed Pandora by the head and tossed her shit like she was a baseball. Yo, maybe I should be making a video on him. Even the whole fight, this man Zeus says nothing but straight insults.
Don't fail her like you failed your family.
Even after Gaia comes in on her shit for me trying to get her revenge, Zeus doesn't even care. He tracks this man down while he's in Gaia's chest and proceeds to beat this man's ass. Like, god damn, bro. One of the strongest titans ever is here to kill us both, and he didn't even slow down. He still wanted smoke. See, but the thing is, Kratos is the scientific definition of that nigga. Even this level of timing meant nothing to somebody like Kratos. During their fight inside Gaia's chest, her heart just so happened to get in between their fight, and Kratos said fuck it and impaled both of these niggas at the same time, killing them both together and finally ending his revenge.
Turn it off, what the fuck is he talking about? I should slap you for
Psych!
Zeus' soul came out of his body on some reanimation shit. Then he put Kratos in a genjutsu. And after 40 plus episodes of filler, Kratos broke out and explained calmly and reasonably why he felt disrespected by Zeus' actions. And that's how the game ended. Okay, like I'm not even gonna do this bit again. He beat this man's soul back into his body. He beat this nigga so bad that he had to retreat back into his body, which was in worse condition. He then does the most evil, the most savage, the most demonic timing shit I have ever seen in my entire life. He looks down at his weapons. The weapons he just used to body this nigga's ghost, to body an ethereal being, and then looks back at Zeus, who is absolutely horrified. He then throws his weapons on the ground and proceeds to body slam this nigga so he can beat the fuck out of him again. He has an entire arsenal of weapons on the floor next to him, but he chooses to beat this man to death with his bare hands. You can't even stop spamming the button until the entire screen is covered in red. This man Kratos literally beat the fourth wall out of the game. He beat Zeus's ass so bad, he solidified himself as the true head honcho for killing the god of savagery in the pettiest, most savage, most absolutely unnecessary way possible. Kratos has claimed himself at the top spot as the man with the most demonic timing of all time. Kratos has now been dubbed the god of 3 a.m. A man no longer. He has become a beacon of timing for people to fear. Crossing this man at any cost will be the last mistake that you ever make. Now, we can finally smoke that Pantheon pack in peace.